Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have started our new topic list, in which we understand how to create a list, how to access different elements of the list, and how to traverse a list. Now, today, we are going to study how to compare the two lists. Then, list operations. There are various list operations such as joining two different lists, repeating or replicating a list, slicing the list, and working with list. Working with list is also called list manipulation, in which we append element to a list. Appending means to add an element at the last of the list. Updating element to a list. Updating element means to change the value of an element, replace the value of an element, and to delete some elements from a list. First, we will study comparing list. We can compare the two lists using standard comparison operators of Python, that is less than, greater than, equal to, and not equals to. Python compare each element of the list in lexicographical order. Lexicographical order means the letters which are written according to a dictionary alphabetically, or in numeric they are written in sequence. Okay, so we can compare the two different lists by using these different operators. Let us see how we can compare. Uh, in today's lecture, all the examples which I have given to you, you will have to practice it in the interactive mode. Okay, so we are declaring first list. The variable is L1. The elements are 1, 2, 3. Type as it is, as I have written in the notes. Okay, another list L2, which contain the same element 1, 2, 3. Now I compare the two lists. L1 equals to L2. So both these two lists are have different have elements which are equal. 1 is equals to 1, 2 is equals to 2, 3 is equals to 3. It means both these lists are equal. So this L1 equals to L2 will give result true. Now take another examples. You can write them in continuation. L3 equals to 1, 2, 4. Now this is L3 and this is L1. When we compare both these two lists, L1 and L3, so L1 equals to L3. So look at here, the first element are equal, the second element are equal, but the third element, here is 3, here is 4, which are not equal. So the overall result is false, because if any one of the element does not match with the two lists, then the result of this equal to operator will result in false. So L1 equals to L3 will give result false. Take another example. L1 is greater than L3. We can check whether the elements, if the element of L1 is greater than L3. It means if the first element of L1 which is greater than L3, then it is false. Otherwise it will give true. Sorry, if the first element of L1 is greater than L3, then it will give true. Otherwise it will give false. Let us compare the element of L1 and L3. L1, 1 is compared with the 1. First element is compared with first, second is second with second, and third with third. 1 is equals to 1, 2 is equals to 2, 3 is less than 4. Here 3 is less than 4. It means L1 is less than L3. It means L1 is less than L3 because the previous two elements are equal. So we move on to last element 3, which is less than 4. But here I have written L1 is greater than L3, which is false because L1 is less than L3. So that's why the result is false. If I write L1 is less than L3, then it will give true. You can check it at yourself. If L1 is less than L3, then it will give true. You can check it after this example. Now I am writing another list, declaring another list L4, in which first element is 1 but second element is is another list. So this is called nested list, list within list. When I compare L1 with L4, when I compare L1 with L4, so the first element of L1 is an integer value, the second element is also integer value. No problem with the first element comparison. But when we move on to second element, the second element in L4 is a list. These 2 comma 3 are the second element of L4. So the second element of L4 is a list, while the second element of L1 is a numeric value, which is integer value. So here there is an error. What is the error? Not supported between instances of int and list. It means you cannot compare an integer value with a list. Here the second element is 2 and here second element is a list which contain 2 comma 3. So you cannot compare 2 with this list. So in this case an error occur. Okay, not supported between instances of int and list, because in L1 the element is of integer type and L2 the element are list this. So that's why this error raised. So you can check all these programs, okay, and understand it. Now our next topic is list operation. In list operation, our first one is joining a list. How to join two different lists? Two lists are joined using concatenation operator. This plus symbol is called concatenation. Concatenation, which means to add two lists. Suppose, let's see example. Suppose L1 is 1, 4, 6 and L2 is 3, 5, 7. If you want to add both these lists, you can simply write L1 plus L2. So when you write and press enter, first 1, 4, 6 are displayed, then after within the list these elements will be added 3, 5, 7. So it is a single list which will make with the help of concatenation operator, and both the list elements are added together like this way. Okay, this is called concatenation. Concatenation means to add another elements at the end of the list. Note, the concatenation operator require that both the operand are of list type. It means when you are using concatenation operator, so this L1 will be of list type and this L2 will be of list. Okay, otherwise it will raise an error. Look at here this example. L1 is a list which contain 10, 12, 14 and I am concatenating L1 plus 2. So 2 is not a list. 2 is a numeric value which is a integer value. So list 1 is appending an integer value which is according to this rule is not correct. So an error will occur. What is it? Can only concatenate list. This is list, not int. It means list with list, not the integer. Integer will not be concatenated with the list. Okay, let's look at another example. Here L1 equals to 1, 2, 3 and now I am appending list with string. String is single quotation ABC. So I am appending list 1 with string. So in this case also error message occur, because our rule says list can be concatenated only by list. So error can only concatenate list, not string. It means string is not concatenated with the list. Here it should be a list. Okay, so these two are the false error programs which are according to concepts are very important. So go through this. Next is repeating or replicating list. Repeating or replicating means to repeat the element of list by some specific number of times. Look at here. We can use multiply, or we can say asterisk. It is called asterisk. We can use multiply or asterisk operator to replicate. So this operator is called replication operator. This operator is called replication operator. to replicate a list to specified number of times. Look at here, you can understand with the help of example. Suppose our list is L1 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and now I use replication operator. This is multiplication sign or asterisk. L1 multiply 2, so it means this list will be repeated twice. Look at here, 1 2 3, again 1 2 3. So this is a single list in which we replicate the list. If you write L1 multiply 3, so these three elements will be repeated 3 times, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so this is the function of replication operator. Now our next operation is slicing the list. In our previous classes I have given you the concept of slicing in the string. So the same concept is we can use in case of list also. Look at here what is written. Like string, slicing list are also sliced using index of the list. So in a string we are using index, and the same index technique is used in case of list also. So suppose L1 contains 1 to 10 elements. Okay, now here I am using another list L2 which contains the element after slicing of list 1. So slicing of list 1 is 2 to 7. This is the slicing. You can go my previous lectures and you can see what are the slicing features, then thereafter you are able to understand. So the 2 is also an index and 7 is also an index, so we have to slice from 2 to 7. Basically indexing starts from 0. So that is 0 index, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Indexing starts from 0, so the first element have 0 index, second have first index, and last element have 9th index. So we have to slice, we have to start from 2, 0 1 2, from 3, okay, and 7, 2 3 4 5 6, 7 is not included, so we get the sliced portion till this 3 to 7, because index is 6. 7th index is not included, so this L2 will contain the element 3 4 5 6 7, because starts from the 2 until 7, but 7 is not included, 6 is included, so index 6 is included. This 8 is not included because it contains index, it has index 7. So when you print this L2, because this L2 will get the sliced list, when you print this L2, 3 4 5 6 7, 3 4 5 6 7. So this is the concept of slicing, slicing the list, and you can use the slicing to make another list from our parent list. Take another example. L1 equals to 1 to 10 elements, 1 to 10 elements. Now I am again making a list L2 by using slicing technique. Slicing here 0 to minus 2. So starts from 0 and indexing is minus 2. So there are two indexing technique. One is from 0 to the length of the list, then and second is negative slice, negative indexing. This is negative, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. But 0 is also an index, because 0 is of the index of the first element. So starts from 0, from here. This is also, this is minus 10. It starts from 0 to minus 2. Minus 2 is here, but this minus 2 is not included, so we will have to go from till here. So the element will be consist of 0. 0 is this, the first element is of 0 index, starts from 1 to 2, where minus 2 here. This is not added, but before minus 2 we have to stop. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So if we print L2, it consists of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 8 will also come here. I forgot to write 8 will also come here. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, these 8 elements are in the list L2. Now L3 equals to L1 0 to 40. 40 is such a kind of index which is not in our list. Look at here, same list, the last index is 9, and 40 is much farther away from 9. But in this case there will be no error message, because our all the list elements are between this index. So it will consist all the elements from 0 to last element, which is 9. So all the elements 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, all elements will be displayed, will be assigned to this list L3. You can check, if I print L3, it will print all the elements of the list L1, because this indexing will contains all the elements. So here a note is also written. If you give stop value, this is a stop value, the 40 is a stop value. Okay, this is start value, this is stop value. If you give a stop value beyond the list index, it means after the list index, Python will not raise an error. There will be no error. The whole list will be displayed. Now our next topic is working with list, which is also called manipulations, which means to make some changes in the list. So first topic is appending element to a list. Appending elements mean to add element at the last of the list. To add element at the last of a list. Appending means to add an element to the end of existing list. It means list will be there and we have to add element at the last. This can be done with the help of append method. So to append element in the list, we have to use append method. Let's see how we can use append method. Suppose L1 equals to 4 5 6, 3 element in the list, and I want another element 10 at the last of the list. So I will write something like this: L1 dot append and the element value. The value is 10. And when I print L1, the value is 4 5 6. Previous 3 elements are as it is, and at the last 10 is added, which is appended. Okay, so you can use append method to add a single element. A note is also written over here. The append method add single item at the end of the list. So it means you can add single value at the end of the list, not two values. If you write 10 comma 2, if you write 10 comma 12, so it will raise an error. So only single element is added at the last of the list. This is append method. Now another manipulation is updating element to a list. Updating elements means to change some values, and to replace, or we can say, or to replace some values with some new values. Since list element are mutable, in last class I have also discussed mutable and immutable data types of Python. So list is mutable type, so you can change the element of the list. Mutable means you can change the element of the list. You can replace the element with new value. It means you can change the value, element's old value with new value by using the index of the element. You can replace the value by using the index. Let's see. L1 equals to 5 elements in the list, 1 2 3 4 5. Now L1 at the index 2, I am going to change the value at index 2. Index 2 is 0 1 2, means at the position of 3. Okay, 3 the index of 3 is 2. So I am replacing this value by 100, because I have mentioned index here 2. This is the way to mention index. Okay, updating at index 2, I have written here, updating at index 2. When I print L1, then this 3 is replaced by 100. So the value is 1 2 100 4 5. Okay, this is the method of updating the element of the list. If you know which index value you are going to change, you will change like this by mentioning its index. Now, deleting elements from a list. If you want to delete some elements from the list, so there are two ways to delete, but deleting by mentioning the index or by using the slicing technique. We can delete elements from the list by using index or by using slicing technique. So first we will see deleting by using index. How to delete with the help of index? We can use del keyword. We will use del keyword, okay, to delete. Suppose our list is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the list L1. Now I use keyword del, right, as it is, del, no capital, okay, all are small. Del L1 at the index 4. It means 0 1 2 3 4. This value will be deleted. This value will be deleted at index. It is written here deleting at index 4. So index 4 here is will contain value 5. When I print L1, so 1 2 3 4 5 is not here, and the remaining part as it is displayed 6 7. So this is the method technique to delete with the help of using index. Second technique is deleting by using slicing technique. Again the same technique, slicing. List contain, our L1 list contain 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now del L1 4 to 7. Start value 4, 0 1 2 3 4. From here, starts from here. 7 is not used. 6, so you can delete the elements. I'm giving indexing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here 4 to 7, 7 is not used. 6, 4 to 6, so index 4 to 6, these three elements will be deleted. These three elements will be deleted, 5 6 7. When you see that here these three elements 5 6 7 are deleted, so our list will consist of 1 2 3 4 in L1. So when I print L1, 1 2 3 4, these elements are left. These three elements are deleted, 4 to 6. Again another example, L1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I am using del L1 4 to 6. So again 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. 4 to 6, 6 is not included. 5, 4 to 5, index 4 and index 5 value, these two values are deleted. So our list will consist of 1 2 3 4 7. When I print L1, it will consist of 1 2 3 4 and the last element 7. So students, go through these examples and practice it, and if you have any doubt, let me know what are your doubts, because you are not asking any doubts regarding. So if you practice it, you have doubt, otherwise you don't have any kind of doubt. Okay, that's all for today. Goodbye.